Liverpool Football Club. You thought you're back. You thought Real Madrid. And what's going on over there? Virgil van Dijk. Conor Bradley. Calma. You thought ahead of Man United. Oh, check the table. This Liverpool Football Club deserves every bit of cooking that they can get.
This is yet another loss on Arne Slot, in my opinion. I am not slot out. I have not uttered those words. I have backed Arne to change it around. But now I'm in a position where I can't even be mad at people who are slot out anymore. I can't be angry at you. I cannot say, oh my God, you're slot out. How dare you? I cannot say this anymore. If someone is slot out, they have the absolute right to feel that way because it's just not working. The entirety of last season, we lost 4 Premier League games. It is currently November 9th, and we have already lost 5 Premier League games in November. We have lost 5 games out of 11. 5 losses in 11. 17 goals conceded. 17 goals conceded in 11 games. 17 goals conceded in 11 games. Do you remember the start of last season? Clean sheet against Ipswich, clean sheet against Brentford, clean sheet against Man United. We haven't even kept 3 clean sheets in a row. We haven't. We absolutely suck right now, guys. We absolutely suck.
We deserved nothing from that game. The better team won it. I guess the questions we're going to have is what's so different between Villa now and the weekend. You know, Salah again looks so far off it today. Canade's defending is just quite simply unacceptable and pathetic. Questions about Arne Slot's formation, tactics, we'll discuss that. For what it's worth, we ran a poll during the watch along where we asked you guys, are you Arne Slot in or Arne Slot out? 54% of people said they are out, 46 said in. For what it's worth, I'm in but unhappy, and I've got plenty of questions. You know, the manager made a point of saying before the game today that he spent so long studying up, looking at Manchester City. I mean, I'll give you the quote again just so I don't misquote him. This is what he said before the game. We know the challenge ahead of us. Man City away. It's one of the most difficult games of the whole season. I prepared for that and we didn't pay more attention than any other game. I didn't see the Sunderland Arsenal game because I was still analysing City one more time for the 250th time probably this week. That in itself is worrying because if that was you analysing Manchester City for the 250th time inside out, then what were you looking at?
Ultimately, they were the better team out there. Their football was quicker, slicker, and they had the outstanding player on the football pitch was Jeremy Doku, head and shoulders above anything and anyone else. I thought we played Haaland very well. He scored that header. As I said, I need to see it again, and people that have had a chance to see the replay, leave your comments below. We move on. We have a winnable set of 4 or 5 fixtures after the international break, but this international break is going to be peak. Another week of reflection and listening to people talk about the spending, the players, the signings, Slot's tactics. How does he bring Isak into this team? I think it's very obvious how he brings into this team. Isak starts the first game after the international break. And the players need to look at themselves. Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah, Gakpo definitely, Kirkes all need to raise their games because they'll be needed. They will be needed. Konate, shaky again today. I think that's about it really. I've got nothing else to add or subtract. It's just peak at the moment. Liverpool need to find some consistency in their tactics, in their lineups, and in their performances.
It was meant to be a statement week for Liverpool Football Club. They got 2/3 of the job done. What happened to the final third? Literally what happened in the final third, ladies and gentlemen. No goals, barely any shots on target, barely any business for Donnarumma to deal with. In what was meant to be a statement, well, this was a statement. This was a statement performance. This was a statement result for Liverpool Football Club. Manchester City 3, Liverpool Football Club 0. Jamie Carragher, come to the stage, front and centre. Shout out Corel. Because Jamie Carragher had a lot to say. He had a lot to say about everybody else's business but his own. So please, make sure you speak on this. 3-0 battering at Manchester City in a game of that magnitude with the week you just had. I watched the game against Real Madrid. It was a fantastic performance. You should have won 3-4, 5-0. Thibaut Courtois had one of the games of his life. World-class goalkeeper. It felt like there was some sort of building being done, incrementally improving. But it would appear after what I've just watched, no.
The champions of England, they will not be winning the title this year. I sort of felt it a few weeks ago, but does anybody, even Liverpool fans, do you think you can win the league now? Surely not. 5 losses in your last 6 Premier League games. You look like you're going to lose more. Teams that win 7, 8, 9, teams that lose 7, 8, 9, 10 games don't win Premier League titles. It's gone. It's gone. And they're going to have to accept that, and maybe with that freedom, they can start to build something that they clearly need to do. There are so many issues with that Liverpool side. And look, look at the game itself. I think before the goals, Man City looked better. They looked like they were causing Liverpool problems. 3-0 is a trouncing as well, by the way. Liverpool have now dropped behind Man United because of goal difference because of the 3-0 loss. So, first and foremost, that title is gone. You've got to ask questions why. And I think that the things that we've been talking about over the last few weeks are, the big question is why, in the sense that Man City have been through a lot of change. Man City have lost De Bruyne, they've lost Rodri for a long period of time, they've brought a lot of players in, they've evolved, they've changed, it's a new Pep side, and they are looking very, very good. So why Liverpool? But look, Man City had a bad season last year. They started buying in January. They were starting from a low bar and they're climbing again. Liverpool just won the league. Last season, Man City won the league and were in a similar position. So you can't really compare the fact that Man City are back playing well and Liverpool aren't, because Man City did this last year. And that's where I think Liverpool have got to look at it. They're just going to have to go, look, if we can do something in the Champions League, in the domestic cups, great. We've got to make sure we get back into the top 4. But the title is gone.
And I think that puts an end of title chances for Liverpool. But Manchester City, could they close the gap on Arsenal? You can never rule City out a title race. We know what Pep Guardiola is capable of. And generally, my overview of the game was City were the better team. City were dominant of Liverpool in many aspects of that game. But I have to say, Liverpool actually had 2 big chances compared to City's one. Gakpo should have scored, Salah should have scored. Had Liverpool made it 2-1 before City made it 3-0, could it have been a different game? Maybe. I think that Doku goal just sealed the win for City, who deserved the win, who were by far the better team. But Liverpool did have opportunities to score a couple goals in that game. And look, City were more clinical at the other end. And I felt one thing about City, and I don't say this often when teams play Liverpool, but City dominated that midfield. Liverpool are so used to dominating in the midfield, and it was dominated by City today. City's fullbacks, Nico O'Reilly and Nunes, were absolutely phenomenal. Jeremy Doku was the star of the show. He was absolutely phenomenal. But also Pep Guardiola, I think he completely tactically outsmarted Arne Slot. They came, they looked to target Canate, they looked to press Liverpool, make Liverpool struggle to build out, force Liverpool into defensive mistakes. And Liverpool's lack of depth and Liverpool's lack of, I think, centre-back depth and not signing a centre-back is really being exposed today.
Wow. Destroyed, annihilated, embarrassed. Manchester City have put Liverpool to the sword. Manchester City have made a statement today that they are still in the title race. And people like me have maybe underestimated Manchester City. This is Liverpool Football Club that has spent 500 million. Nobody should feel sorry for them. Nobody say this is a poor Liverpool side. Man City made them look poor today. They never deserved anything. Haaland missed a penalty. It couldn't have been more. Jeremy Doku, wow. But Liverpool Football Club, you thought you're back. You thought Real Madrid and what's going on over there? Virgil van Dijk? Conor Bradley? Calma. You thought ahead of Man United. Oh, check the table. This Liverpool Football Club deserves every bit of cooking that they can get. They're the champions. They won the league last year. This season, new expectations. And they are struggling. Arne Slot looks like a lost man out there.